Doey the Dough Man. Doey is a creature made of living dough, and his real horror is that he is not one child, but rather 3 children trapped in one body: Jack, Kevin, and Matthew. He protects Safe Haven, acts kind, and even fights for the smaller toys. Then Safe Haven explodes, his mind breaks, and the angry part takes over. We freeze him, shatter him, and he apologizes before dying. Poor Doey. Bro was a group project made in hell. Huggy Wuggy. Huggy Wuggy is Experiment 1170, the giant blue mascot who became Playtime Company's security monster. In Chapter 1, he chases us through the vents and falls into the pit, but he survives. In Chapter 5, he comes back damaged and feral. Kissy almost calms him down. Then the prototype appears and impales him. His fate is not fully confirmed, but his arm is already part of the prototype's body. So yeah, probably not a clean retirement. Kissy Missy. Kissy Missy is the pink Huggy, but unlike Huggy, she actually helps us. Her dark fate is that every time she helps, she gets punished for it. She saves the player, loses an arm in Chapter 4, gets captured by Lily in Chapter 5, and later tries to calm Huggy down. Then the prototype attacks both of them and seemingly impales Kissy too. She is one of the kindest toys in the factory, which in this game basically means free suffering. Poppy. Poppy is the living doll who starts the whole story after we open her case, but her fate is not just being trapped. She knows the factory's secrets, wants to destroy the prototype, and keeps dragging everyone toward that goal. In Chapter 5, the prototype grabs her head and crushes her porcelain face so badly that she is disfigured. Later, he takes her away again. So Poppy goes from being locked in a glass case to being locked in the prototype's control. Great upgrade. Mommy Longlegs. Mommy Longlegs is Experiment 1222, the spider-like toy who ruled the game station. Her fate is one of the most brutal deaths in the series. After forcing us through her games, she chases us through the factory. We activate the grinder, her arm gets pulled in, and then the machine crushes her whole body. She screams that he will make her part of him. Then the prototype's hand appears and steals her remains. Even death does not protect her body. Bunzo Bunny. Bunzo Bunny is the yellow cymbal rabbit from Musical Memory. During the game, he slowly lowers from the ceiling, and if we fail, he smashes us. But after we win, Bunzo fails Mommy Longlegs. That is basically a death sentence. Later, his body is seen hanging in Mommy's web, dead. He was not some big villain. He was just another toy forced to play Mommy's game, and when he lost, she threw him away like broken party decoration. Mini Huggies. The Mini Huggies are the tiny Huggy Wuggies from Whack-A-Wuggy. Mommy sends them after us like little living arcade targets. If we do not hit them back, they crawl out and attack. But when they fail, Mommy punishes them too. Their dead bodies are later shown hanging with Bunzo. Their whole fate is being tiny, hungry, disposable, and bullied by every bigger monster in the factory. PJ-PUG-A-PILLAR. PJ-PUG-A-PILLAR is a pug mixed with a caterpillar. In statues, he crawls after us in the dark and freezes when the lights come on. His fate is weird because we never clearly see him die. Mommy does not get the chance to punish him on screen because she chases us herself right after, so PJ's ending is unknown. He may still be somewhere in the factory, crawling around, waiting for the lights to turn off again. Honestly, that might be worse. Boxy Boo. Boxy Boo is Experiment 1160, the Jack-in-the-Box monster. His fate is dark from the start because he was the first successful bigger bodies experiment. He was not made to entertain kids. He was used to kill employees who knew too much, including Rowan Stoll. During the Hour of Joy, Boxy helps massacre the staff. His final status is still unknown, but his life was already ruined the moment Playtime Company made him a corporate murder box. Catnap. Catnap was Theodore Grambel, a burned child turned into Experiment 1188. After the prototype saved him, Catnap worshipped him like a god. He controlled Playcare, used the red smoke, and punished anyone who resisted. Then, after we defeat him, Catnap kneels to the prototype like he expects mercy. Instead, the prototype kills him and takes his body. Catnap gave his whole life to 1006, and his reward was becoming another piece of him. Bro got betrayed by his own religion. DogDay. DogDay is the orange leader of the Smiling Critters, and his fate is just miserable. He refused to serve the prototype, so Catnap chained him up and left him hanging in Playhouse. When we find him, the lower half of his body is gone. He still helps us, but then the tiny smiling critters crawl inside his body and control him. DogDay does not just die. He gets cut in half, used as food, and worn like a costume. That is crazy work. The Smiling Critters. The Smiling Critters were supposed supposed to be cute, scented animal toys, but their bigger bodies versions became victims of Catnap and the prototype. DogDay says the others are gone, and the little critters left behind act like starving parasites. Some small critters make it to safe haven, only to die when the place explodes. In Chapter 5 Memories, critters are shown being shoved into the bad toy box like they are about to be destroyed. Friendship toy line? More like free trauma. Miss Delight. Miss Delight was a teacher in Playcare's school. She had sisters who looked like her, but after Catnap locked them in the school, hunger took over. Miss Delight killed and ate her own sisters, then wandered the halls with Barb like a nightmare substitute teacher. When we escape her, a metal gate crushes her body. Later, her corpse disappears, which probably means the prototype collected her too. She survived the school, but not in any way that still counted as living. Yarnaby. Yarnaby is experiment 1166, made from Quinn Navidson. Sawyer manipulated him so badly that Yarnaby became loyal to him even before the experiment. In Chapter 4, Yarnaby hunts us through the prison areas like Sawyer's pet monster. His face opens into teeth, and then his final chase ends badly. He gets caught on a hook, catches fire, and falls into molten metal. So the lion plush gets burned and melted. Sawyer really raised him just to throw him at danger. Pianosaurus. Pianosaurus is a dinosaur mixed with a toy piano. He seems like he is about to be a major monster, but no, Doey kills him almost immediately. Pianosaurus appears, makes his creepy little entrance, and then Doey smashes him and eats him before he can become a real boss. His fate is funny and sad at the same time. Imagine being turned into a giant piano dinosaur experiment just to become Doey's snack 5 seconds after your debut. Lily Lovebraids. Lily Lovebraids is a doll with long living hair. Her real identity was Gracie Green, a counselor who helped condition the experiments, so the prototype punished her by making her one too. He isolated her in the dollhouse until she became desperate to please him. In Chapter 5, she captures Poppy and Kissy for a tea party. Then we escape. Lily chases us, falls, and gets crushed by a platform. She wanted approval from the prototype and got flattened instead. Chum Chompkins. Chum Chompkins is a red monkey-like toy with a mouth in his stomach. He works under the prototype, but secretly helps Giblet as a spy. That is his dark fate. He is stuck pretending to serve the one creature who would destroy him instantly if he found out. His old purpose was already creepy, because children were supposed to go inside his mouth to calm down. Now he hides people from the prototype inside that same body. At least he is using the nightmare design for something useful. Wrongside Outimals. The Wrongside Outimals were rejected because their whole gimmick was being turned inside out. Then the prototype made real versions of that idea. In Chapter 5, the Outimals are mutilated little creatures, scared of light, crawling around the lower factory. Their fate is basically being a canceled toy line brought back as body horror. Parents said this was too disturbing for kids, and somehow Playtime Company still proved them correct. The Doctor. The Doctor is Harley Sawyer, the man behind the Bigger Bodies initiative. He turned children into living toys, then got turned into something horrible himself. His organs and brain were connected to machines, making him Experiment 1354. In Chapter 4, we destroy his body systems one by one, but Chapter 5 reveals that a backup of his mind still exists in the servers. So even after dying, Sawyer is still trapped as data. The scientist who treated bodies like tools became a tool himself. The Prototype. The Prototype is Experiment 1006, the main monster behind the factory's worst tragedies. He caused the Hour of Joy, manipulated Catnap, pretended to be Ollie, collected dead toys, and kept adding their parts to his body. He takes Mommy's remains, kills Catnap, attacks Huggy and Kissy, disfigures Poppy, survives the tram crash, and kidnaps Poppy again. His fate is still not finished. He was created by Playtime Company, but now he is the thing collecting every other ruined creation.